He married my sister, now we're living together. We're roommates in law.
Roommates in law, Tom.
Hello, Tomothy.
Hello. No, wait.
No, that's me.
God, that's you. You're Tomothy. I'm just regular Tim. We've tried Timus. It just doesn't.
Timus doesn't work.
We're in the mix, dude. Don't worry about it.
Jesus Christ. Dude, you know what we aren't, though?
Brothers-in-law.
No, we're not roommates either. What's happening over there?
A little cough attack there. You know when you get a little something going down the wrong pipe?
Yes. Yeah.
That's what that was.
Dude, that is a more violent cough attack than you will ever have from an illness.
Well, I hate it because it's so quick, and so it is because it's just an instant like. Ugh!
It's violent. It's your body being like
oh, here comes a little cough, cover your mouth.
You weren't supposed to inhale your spit into your lungs.
Yeah, because the first few coughs, there's no mouth cover. It's just full phlegm all over who's around you. That's never a cute look. Tom, I mean, they didn't think we'd be back for another episode, but here we are.
Dude, everyone was saying, are you guys done?
Just like that, no way they come back for another episode.
It's been 6 whole days.
I mean, well, how you like this? You pieces of shit. What are you sipping on there, Tomas?
Dude, I've been making a fun cocktail the past couple days.
Couple decades. Oh, whoa! Fun glass alert. What do we got here?
I don't know why you have to serve them in these glasses, but it's a pain in the ass. You gotta sip it like you have Parkinson's.
What is that? What you got there? That's more of an aristocrat than Parkinson's.
Yeah, but I guess it's more like you feel like you have Parkinson's. Although
sure.
No, you don't really. It's honestly the riff is not. It doesn't make sense because if you had Parkinson's, you wouldn't stand a chance. You wouldn't even
make eye contact with that glass. Not a chance on this. I think we start out the episode making fun of more disabled people. This is what I think. I wasn't
making fun of spreading awareness.
No, Michael J. Fox has it covered. We don't need your little shit too, Tom.
There's a new show called Shrinking in which Harrison Ford has Parkinson's and my dad's just watching it. We watched the first few episodes together and 3 times my dad's like, he shows no signs of Parkinson's. He's angry watching it.
Wait. Harrison Ford on the silver screen? What
do you mean?
It's a TV show?
Yeah. Oh, is that what the silver screen is?
Yeah.
I've actually never known what that means.
Yeah, it's television.
Oh, cool.
Right?
Well, now we've established that. I don't know.
Wait. I don't know. I'm pretty sure silver screen. Because what's the movies? Oh, that's the big screen.
Yeah, I just didn't really grow up in the TV generation, and you did. So you would know more.
I come from a long TV family. You know that. Silver screen, silver linear screen is a type of projection. Okay, well, now I don't know. Wait, yeah. Why is TV called the silver screen? Okay, there we go.
So TV is called it.
It is called the silver screen. Let's go. I'm just a wealth of useless knowledge, Tom.
Yeah, true. You'll use that 2 more times in your life.
And one of them will be on Jeopardy. I'm gonna get on Jeopardy one of these days.
That'd be a good career pivot. But anyways, this cocktail, I want to say something because I got to give fair credit to where this cocktail comes from. It's a paper plane, and my brother-in-law Adam, who you know well, he started making them. Him and Allie, my sister, started making them this past summer. They got me kind of hooked on them. It's now a very popular drink with one of our favorite podcasts. We Might Be Drunk. And so it looks like that's what I'm stealing it from.
Just kind of biting the style a little bit. Yeah. Does he listen to Are You Garbage? Is that who it is?
No, We Might Be Drunk.
We Might Be Drunk. That's what I meant. Oh, God, even worse. We're already biting too much of these people.
Exactly. That's what I was like. I almost didn't want to say the name of the cocktail.
Son of a bitch. Toss an ingredient at me in here, Tom. What is that?
It's just bourbon, Aperol, Amaro, and lemon juice. Okay.
I know 2 of those ingredients.
Yeah, it's delish.
You know, it's a little fun fact about a glass like that is a lot of those are shaped after what's her name? Audrey Hepburn. Her tit.
What?
Yeah, a lot of those there's glasses. They're they're called like Hepburn glasses, I believe, and they're shaped after her tit.
I feel like that was a wives' tale.
It's not, dude. That
was something your mother told you at one point.
No, you don't know Pat very well at all. She would have no business having that fun fact.
Sorry, Patty Cakes. I tried to give you some credit there.
She would never know about that fun fact. I think it's true. I don't know. Look it up.
Right.
Look it
I
up.
will.
Tom, listen to this. So I told you I had a little beef. Ooh, I got some beef. We just got fucking New Yorked again.
All right.
We're going to the liquor store. I told you, I hit you up. I said, Tomas, where are we at on some whiskey? I'm looking for some Dees whiskey that I can sip on. Yep. I don't want to spend $1,000. I also don't want to spend $15.
Yeah, I like where your head's at.
Let's meet in the middle. I'm not trying to be fancy pants. It's just me. You gave me a little suggestion. I said, bada boom, bada bing. We go to the thing. Lizzie doesn't drink whiskey, obviously, so she's hunting around the wine section. I find Buffalo Trace. You said it'd be hard to find. I said, boom, look at this. I found it. There it is.
Tom's an idiot.
Yeah, give me that shit right there. I was even talking to you. I was like, my friend Tom said this would be hard to find. It's fucking right there.
He's like, Tom from the pod?
And he was like, nah, don't listen to what Tom's up to.
0 of the week.
So go up, ring up my shit. Lizzie comes up, puts her bottle on the thing, rings it up. It rings up $26
for a bottle of vino. That's
for a bottle of wine.
That's not what you guys are dropping on wine.
This is not a Lizzie bottle of wine.
No.
For just it's Tuesday, Tom. We're not doing shit.
Yeah.
And I said, but whoa. $26? I don't think so. So I look at the bottle, it's got a sticker on it, $11.99. And I go, oh no, it's actually $11.99. And he goes, oh no, that's a mistake. Peels the price sticker off.
I mean, that you can't do that.
And he just goes, and I was like, oh yeah, okay. So I'm expecting him to start hitting buttons to fix the mistake. He's just looking at me.
He's like, it's actually $29 now.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, no, it's actually this much. And I was like, okay, yeah, I get that, but like, obviously, you had the wrong sticker on there. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, like, refund us, and we'll go get a different bottle of wine. He's like, can't. I was like, can't refund. He goes, no, it's already.
You already charged it?
It's already rung up. Yeah, you just put it in.
But didn't you have to? You had to put your card in at some point.
Yeah,
you had already done that.
You know how you just like assume you're not getting fucked over sometimes.
Oh no.
So I just put my card in, and then I look at him like 26. No, that's not right. And he's just like, I don't know, sorry. And I was like, well, this was your mistake. Like you had the wrong sticker on there. You saw that, and he was like, I don't know. And I was like, okay, well, can we go get another bottle and just take another bottle that's the same difference? He was like, no. I was like, can you give me cash back? He said, nah.
So I just got robbed.
I'm like, so I'm just getting punched in the dick and balls for no reason? And he was like, and there's some sort of a language barrier. I'm not even going to attempt to do the accent. I think there's some sort of like.
Great call.
I don't know, something.
Great call.
Something I've never heard of.
On skipping the scent.
So he's like, yeah, I'll get you a discount next time. There ain't no way we're getting a discount next time.
I mean, I would have made next time.
Give me the discount
right now.
this time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, it's very easy. I'll go get the bottle and then we just leave with it.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, can't do it. I was like, this was your mistake. And he's just kind of looking at us in a different language. And I'm like, well, I guess we're leaving now. I guess I'm not going to sleep for 3 days because I've just been punched in the balls.
I would have gone back in the second I walked out the door.
And they're like, we're here for our discounted trip.
I would like my discount now. There's also no way the discount is good enough. Mm-mm. It's going to be 6%.
It's going to be nothing. We're going to go back in there. He's going to pretend like we don't know who we are.
So he didn't give you like a coupon or anything?
He didn't give me shit. He didn't even give us a smile. He didn't even apologize.
That's so amazing.
He was just looking at us like, shit, I don't know.
That is something that would only happen in the greatest city on earth, New York City.
With no apology. He didn't even attempt to make it right. Nothing.
No, in his head, you kind of fucked up a little bit.
Yeah, he said, well, why'd you put your card in?
Yeah, you should have known.
Should have known that we were off by $40 on this bottle of wine. I mean, so the whole way I'm just screaming fuck the whole walk home. Lizzie's like, you gotta calm down. You know when you feel like you just got really taken advantage of?
Oh yeah.
And you didn't make it right because you're a pussy?
It's every time I've gone to the auto shop.
God.
But
this was like Sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, this was right. This was right.
I
in your
digress.
face. This was like not even hidden behind. At least at the auto shop, it's kind of hidden behind a lot of big words and
Yes,
and they're like, well,
and there's shit where you're like,
rotary
well, they could be right. I don't know what I'm talking. This guy peeled the sticker off
in front of you.
and was like, yeah, I don't know, dude.
It's twice as much as you thought it was.
Guess you're just boned right now. I mean, I can't handle it, Tom. I don't know what to do. I'm so upset.
The Schwick rules, dude.
I just hate this city. I'm staying here my entire life, and that's it. You're not getting anything more than me than my entire life.
No, that's as much as you can give them. Can't ask for a minute more. I'm only giving you the rest of my short life.
That's true. I'm only living until 46 anyway, so it'll be fine.
Hey, don't. I want you for at least 3 more years. We gotta keep
after that comment. You're getting 2 more years, Tom. That would be kind of a fun bit. Like if I killed myself and I just wrote a note just fully blaming you for it, but like we kind of talked about it before. I was like, I'm just going to kind of blame all this on you.
And I have to tell everyone that it's a bit. And they're like, Tom, it's not a bit. I'm like, no.
It's not a bit.
It is a bit.
It says right here in the note that you would try to tell us all that it was a bit.
I'm like, yeah, that's a bit too.
That's a part of the bit.
Do you guys not see what he's doing here? Did you guys know Tim at all? Obviously, this is a bit.
Fully diabolical. Have everyone blaming you for the rest of your life. That's kind of an amazing bit.
It says at the bottom, too, it's like, also, roommates-in-law was my idea.
Fuck Chelsea Hood.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, man. You know, I don't know. That's just one where you feel like a real weak piece of shit.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, should I have screamed? Do I yell in this situation? Do I refuse to leave? What do you do if they're just looking at you like nothing will be done? I'm sorry.
Okay, here's a factor too. This is your neighborhood liquor store.
Yes. So, I mean, if we go back and they don't give us a discount, now we got to say the thing, wait, we're never coming back.
Well, now you're committing arson.
Yeah. But then they get insurance money, Tom. They still win.
Ah, God damn it.
I'm telling you. Well, I'm telling you, since we've moved in, we've spent $36,000 at that liquor store, and they're fucking us out of 10 clams.
Yeah, you gotta steal 2 bottles of wine.
We got this somehow. We gotta win here.
We need some vigilante justice here.
This isn't the first time we felt slighted by them. They started buying the kind of sake that we like, and then we started buying it regularly. The price went up on the bottles of sake that we like.
No way.
I'm telling you, these people
also,
are pigs.
It's maybe a sign that you drink too much. If the kind of liquor you like, you're impacting the supply and demand pricing of it.
I mean, Tom, it's a very small selection of sake.
It's so funny. Like, I mean, they're like, damn, sales of this sake has really spiked. I think we could raise the price here.
According to Simple Economics, we got to raise this by 2 clams.
And going by Simple Economics, have you decreased the amount that you're buying it?
We have.
All right.
We go down the street.
Okay, good. All right. So that would impact the pricing then.
Mm-hmm. Because
I got a business degree.
Yeah, because that would because then just make sure you take a left instead of a right when you're going to a liquor store. Tom, did a bunch of cum just spill out of your mouth?
I did just drool. That was fun. I kind of did a spit take with actual spit.
For those of you not watching, Tom just threw up in his own lap.
I just kind of came out of my own mouth.
So anyway, that's the newest way New York is absolutely fisting me on a daily basis.
I love that city, man.
I mean, why? And you know what was funny is Lizzie and I were talking about how on the walk over there, we were like, you know what? New York's coming up all Tim and Lizzie recently. Look at us. And we walk in and immediately get fucked.
Just dick and balls right there. Pew, pew.
I mean, he just showed them to us. It was wild.
Oh,
God, I fucking hate that man so much. You know what's tough is when there is a language barrier, you're not as inclined to argue.
Yeah, well, one, you feel a little bit more like, I know you think I'm just being a dickhead white person right now, but this is objectively wrong. And also, now I feel like my point isn't getting across.
Yeah, because now because like he leans way more into like I don't
Oh,
speak
for sure.
any
I would
English
use
now.
that every day.
And I was like, you monster of a man, well played, but you're a monster.
He's like really struggling with it, whatever, the whole time. Then you guys are leaving, and he's like,
how
"Peace,
you
bitches."
how you say apologies? Yeah. I mean, I should have just turned around, took 2 bottles of whatever was behind me, and walked my fat ass out of the store.
I'm walking out
and said, now what's happening? Now what?
I'm Jim
and then
Smith.
I get
also.
some street toughs that beat this shit out of me.
Some street toughs.
Tom, I don't know. What's LA doing? They're not in LA. Where the hell are you?
I'm in Minnesota still. I've been here
How's
for
Minnesota
fucking
treating
4 years. I gotta leave. It's good. Minnesota is just rip. I've been arguing with people on the internet all day. It's been great.
Why? What
Well,
happened
I post
now?
one thing about the NRA on Instagram, and I get all sorts of people coming out of the woodwork. And
how many followers did you lose?
I've lost about 100. and
I just find it so funny that somebody sees your little post about the NRA that makes no difference about anything ever.
No, it's making a huge difference.
How about this?
Making a huge
unfollow.
Well, the thing is
it's just like it's so inconsequential, but in their little, they're like, oh, how about this
piece of shit? And guess what? I notice.
I know you did. I know you did.
They kind of are beating me, but also I am saving the world one Instagram story at a time. So I won't even throw it on the grid either. It's just a story.
No. As long as it can disappear in 24 hours, you're good, Tom.
Yeah,
that's the extent of Tom's activism.
I can take a stance for 24 hours. And then I'm not sure if I believe in it anymore.
And then depending on the consequences, I will delete it immediately. Wait, are people in your DMs calling you a piece of shit asshole or like a lib cuck?
A lot of like lib stuff, like and then it's just a lot of people just say other shit unrelated to what I'm saying. Like I didn't really say anything on there, and then I posted a Jon Stewart clip about gun registration, and then people are like, "Well, in Chicago when they had stricter gun laws, homicides by pistols went up," and I'm like, "That's not even. It's not what we're
doing here.
It's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about ARs." And then people are. I said that to this guy. I spent about an hour arguing with one guy.
No.
And and he go, and then he's like comes back at me with just a really heartbreaking story about a friend of his that was in a shooting. And I'm like, that is really sad. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. And then I don't want to be a dickhead and be like, well, I still really think you're a monster. I'm sorry your friend got shot.
Yeah, sorry about your made up friend in this obviously made up story.
Yeah. Well, dude, it was so made up because I was like, well, in the UK they banned ARs and mass shootings have all but disappeared in the UK. And he goes, my friend was in a shooting in the UK.
And you're like, oh wow, what a coinky dink.
He was in the one mass shooting in the UK in the last 10 years. Awesome.
Like, yeah, he was in it because he was the one doing the mass shooting because he was so pissed about gun regulation. You're like, oh, what point are you even making?
So now you think gun regulation works? Because my friend murdered a bunch of people.
And you know what? So will I. You're like, what happened here?
Oh, that's how he ended it. He goes, I will never feel safer with less guns. If anything, I need more ammo. And I was like, and now we're done.
People really want to believe that they're in grave danger 24 hours a day.
Yes, that's what he also. I mean, a couple lines in there that I'm like, oh, you think you're in an action movie? He's like, I'd rather be shooting back than under a table, and I'm like, yeah, these are like lines that you
what
tell
scenario
in
your life? I'm sorry, like it's gonna be fine. Your mom and dad are gonna come out of their rooms and protect you far before they find their way back to the room that you live in, because there's no chance you don't live with mom and dad. There's just no chance. I'm sorry,
Kevin.
This is a 9-year-old going, I'd rather fucking, like, he's seen too many fucking action movies.
It's literally like it's just a bunch of
Tony Stark wouldn't like
exactly.
Gun control.
It's a bunch of one-liners. Yeah. Oh, so you want to take away Iron Man's guns? That's what you want to do now? Interesting. What if Hawkeye didn't have his bow and arrow? You piece of shit.
Next you're gonna tell me you get all pissed off when the Hulk turns green. What's going on with that, Tom? I feel more safe when the Hulk turns green. I just don't understand. Like, we've lived in big cities for I've been a big city dweller for the better part of 7 years, and I have never once really felt unsafe.
What? I've never felt like I would be safer with a gun, really.
I've never looked around on the train and been like, God, I wish a couple of these people had AR-15s on them.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean,
Man, I wish somebody had a semi-automatic assault rifle with them right now.
They're military grade. There's nothing about that makes sense.
Hey, look, I know plenty of all of the gun owners I know are like insanely responsible.
For sure.
Gun
Me
owners.
too. They're my family.
Every single person that takes a gun seriously are very responsible with that gun. It's the people that aren't so serious, Tom.
And yeah, and then that's why
I don't want it.
Oh, that's where a lot of the arguments went today. Was like mental illness is the problem, and I'm like, yeah, for sure, 1,000%. We
can fix a couple of things.
We can fix that too. But that's like you're like, no, it's not that you have cancer; it's that your foot got cut off. It's like these are different fucking things that were
like, yeah, but like if we fix the cancer, your foot's still gonna hurt pretty bad. You're like, what?
Also, no one is like buying a gun and like visibly mentally ill. Like they're not just selling guns to people that are like.
No one's going in with Joker makeup on. Like one AR-15, please,
and enough ammunition for Abbott Elementary High School. It's like,
how many people you think are gonna be at Lollapalooza this year?
It's so stupid that people make that argument of like, no, it's just a mental illness problem. It's like, yeah, but the people working the gun desk too, they're not like doctors.
They're not trained professionals. I'm sorry. All right, Tom, on your arguments today, what's the over-under on logical fallacies that you heard? I'm setting the bar at 30, and I'm hammering the over.
I didn't actually get into that many arguments. I got a lot of angry messages. I ignored a lot of them. I left a lot of them in the request folder because it's a lot of like, hey, dude, a ton of we need to have better parenting. Couple just clearly closeted racist people with like violence is higher within the black community, and it's because black fathers aren't present in their households. And I'm like, you are reaching here.
Well, these are the people that they like to say the mass shootings, like they go to like the it's like some weird textbook definition where it's like if it's over 2.
Yeah.
So then they're like, but mass shootings are higher. Like, hey, idiot, you know what we're talking about here.
Yeah. Also, they're still higher here than anywhere else.
Yeah. You know exactly what we're talking about. Also, I mean, boy, we're really getting political here, Tom. But
yeah, I don't think
when there was
disagree with us.
When there was an assault rifle ban in like 94, what was it? The mass shootings were at like, I don't know, 1 a decade. And then they just said, fuck that. Yeah. And then they went through the fucking roof.
That's all I was sending back to people was like, no, but
stats,
rifle bans help.
I'll just send them back stone cold facts.
Yeah. And every single person who argued back, it was an anecdote. It was very specific. Always. It was like, it'd be one person who got their home broken into and they shot him. And I'm like, great. That is now your hero. But it's like, it's like that. There's this numbers there don't add up. And then I started getting voice notes from this one guy where he just went on a rant, and I was like, this is getting uncomfortable. And I just deleted the message.
Well, this guy was literally putting on lipstick, butt naked, with 10 AR-15 surrounding him when he was responding to you.
And my face on a target. Because the voice notes were getting a little aggressive.
At one point, you're like, I think he's coming right now. What the hell is going on?
Just in the background of the voice note, it's like,
you're like, what was that momentary second of bliss there that happened in the what was that?
You were on a really angry tirade, and then all of a sudden you went, oh god.
Oh, that's gonna be a mess. Anyway.
Mom, no. Mom, don't come in
I'm yelling at Tom.
That guy whose Instagram videos I always comment on, kind of vaguely sexual. It's like a guy who's like, he's like a clearly like alt-right conservative guy, and he comments on almost all of my videos.
What's his profile picture?
It's like a far off picture of himself shirtless.
Oh, I mean, of course it is.
Yeah,
He's got to be in some sort of wooded area.
And I think his oh man, he might listen to this because he's one of those guys that like he kind of trolls me all the time.
Hey,
but
if you're listening to
clearly-
this,
he's
you're a
obsessed with me.
fucking idiot. Yeah.
His Instagram name is
You're lagging a little bit.
fuck. Are we back?
Yeah, you're lagging a lot now.
Wait, I think we're back. No? Are we
Tell your
not?
fucking sisters to get off the internet.
Oh my god, Mom! I'm podcasting with my friend Tim. God.
Oh,
all right,
we're back. Sorry, we had some internet issues.
Jesus
Tom's got
Christ.
37 siblings all trying to get on Pornhub at the same time.
That's why I can't be home. All my siblings and my parents are just watching porn all the time.
It's just your entire family making dummy accounts and responding to your Instagram.
Yeah. That's who is.
Oh
Uh,
boy, he hadn't seen a boob in 37 years.
yeah, he's a troll. We gotta honestly I'm just reverting referring to deferring. That's what
Differing.
I'm
There we go.
deferring to Jon Stewart on all of my political beliefs these days.
Well, because they're all right on the money and very
He's-
well articulated. Is that why?
He's kind of the best guy alive.
The man really kind of. I saw something where it's like if he ran for president, it might be a landslide.
It's gotta be. Come on, can we get him running?
The man is so articulate and smart, and I've never seen him even come close to losing an argument.
No, he destroys people.
Because he's got that like razor sharp wit where you're like, damn, that was really smart, and I was pretty funny too.
It was like it kind of destroyed the person as a human
Yeah,
and won the battle.
Yes, yeah. It's like, damn, he was right, and I'm humiliated. This sucks.
That Republican senator that decided to sit down with him just got absolutely body bagged. Not
I mean,
senator,
why?
House of Representatives guy, but
Why would this man agree? He thought this would be some good publicity.
oh,
Whoops.
whoopsies.
That's a classic whoops-a-daisy.
That's like around 3 a.m. If you've been drinking with my friend Tim Smith all night, and then you turn to him and say something a little too cute. That's a classic whoopsie as well.
That was the level of domination that this poor Republican House of Representatives, whatever he got.
Yeah,
But you could tell by, I mean, the beard that this guy was fucked from the beginning. He had no
business being there. Honestly, Trump is one of the only people that could be on the level of like Jon Stewart would destroy him, but he is so delusional that he wouldn't process that.
Trump might still win somehow.
Because he can't take, like, if you said something that proved all of his points wrong, he would just be like, I don't care. I still believe it.
Jew. Just point at him right in the face and go, Jew.
Leibowitz. Here you go, Leibowitz. That would be interesting. Can you run for president under a name that you have changed?
Well, I believe there's somebody currently in the Senate who is, what's his name? George Santos, who is just a full-blown liar.
Oh, yeah.
I think he changed his name 38 different times.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, his life story, he's nothing about this man is factual. It's unbelievable. They catch him like 3 times a day in a lie.
No, they're like,
And
George,
nobody gives
stop.
a shit.
They're also like really meaningless lies.
It's weird. When they caught him doing drag, like in like Brazil way back when, and he was like, "No, that's not me in drag. That was just me having a good time." They're like, "I'm sorry, what?"
It's like,
Because this is clearly you.
also, we're fine with it.
Hey, do you? I just think your constituents are going to be upset.
It's kind of disproving all of what you said you believe.
People are going to be really, really pissed if they know that's you. Stop grooming children, George Lopez.
George Lopez. It's at one point George Santos is going to be like, I am George Lopez.
I am famous comedian George Lopez, and I hate Ralph Barbosa.
That's some real inside baseball.
Come on, why not? I'll hit a single. Why
it.
not, Tom?
I love it, dude. All right, we got really political. Sorry, I didn't mean to take us down.
Oops, sorry to all of our rural Minnesota and or rural Louisiana listeners.
We got a couple probably. We got some.
Oh.
We got some Notre Dame devout Catholics that don't know how to feel because they were raised in pretty suppressed situations.
Hey, sorry, a couple of hard boys with a couple of hard opinions.
Sorry, we're out living in big cities, getting the shit kicked out of us,
Getting absolutely fucked on a bottle of wine.
and now we're.
Well, I love how
liberals.
tough I am in a microphone, but you put me in some confrontation at the liquor store, and I'm just like, yeah, I guess we'll take that discount next time. That vague discount at some point in the future.
Unspecified discount that you gave us no documentation for. Yeah, I guess that solves it.
Would love to redeem that at a future time.
I guess that remedies this whole situation and where I got absolutely fucked.
See, and this is like the guy part of me. I don't know if you feel it, but like walking away when Lizzie and I were walking back the whole time, I was like, Lizzie thinks I'm such a pussy.
Dude, she's known you for 11 years. She's known that for a long time.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Like, because I didn't I was like, am I supposed to scream? What am I supposed to do here?
I think you're supposed to violently attack him.
Right? Am I supposed to be a violent asshole?
That's what the dipshits in my fucking DMs all day today would have said.
But it's like you do have this part of your brain that's like, am I supposed to go crazy right now for $10? I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. I think you could have asked for some documentation on the discount.
I mean, what's he gonna? He's gonna write me a Dumb and Dumber IOU.
It would have been amazing to get a handwritten IOU.
275,000. Might want to hang on to that
one. I would have framed it and put it on the wall. I mean, it would be so funny to make it and be like, no, I want you to write it down.
I mean, like what? That's the only thing I could have done. Write me an IOU.
Yeah.
Or
are there that few white people in your neighborhood that he's gonna know you next time you come in?
Oh, there's a 0% chance he does not know who we are.
Oh, okay, good. Well, and
he'll still fuck
at least
us.
He's gonna willingly or knowingly fuck you.
No, he'll do it very knowingly. Absolutely, just beat me over the head with the. I mean, I'm just in. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be embarrassed. What was the move?
No, I mean, I'm sitting here.
Do you
saying,
not leave until there's?
I want to take this back earlier because I said pretty confidently that I would have walked right back in and said I'd take the discount now. There is not a world anywhere in the multiverse where that happens. I would never have done that.
There's literally an infinite amount of realities, and not one of those would you have gone back in.
You know what I would have done? I would have walked out and I would have immediately written it down in my little podcast notes.
You want to know what I did? I texted Tom and I said, "Hey, I got some fodder for the pod."
God, we suck. That's our response to something bad happening to us. Is like, well, we could talk about it.
Ooh, all right. I got some heat for the pod. How embarrassing is that? During the confrontation, I had that thought, and I had to be like, no, stay in it. You're mad.
You're
getting fucked. Lizzie is watching you be emasculated. Fix this.
But Tom's gonna love it.
but Tom's gonna be into it. That's for darn tootin'. God damn it. I said darn tootin' on stage the other night, and I got a really big laugh from a very small pocket in the audience. And I was like, there we go.
Darn tootin' is fun.
Darn tootin' is a good time.
My grandma said something today. She said, it's so gosh darn cold still. And I was like, man, and I didn't even process it right away because I've been back in Minnesota for a full month. But that is something you don't hear every day.
That is Minnesota as
well. It's so gosh darn cold still, you know. And I was like, it is, honestly. It's a good point.
Good point, Grandma. Man, Minnesota rips.
It really rules, dude. These shows at Acme this weekend.
Wait,
what was
hot and delicious fire? Well, I wanted to ask about, but then I remember you don't ever watch movies or anything. Have you seen the movie Fargo?
Of course, yes, but it's not actually.
What's the vibe towards the movie Fargo in Minnesota?
People like it because
people like it. Okay.
Well, but what I don't like is people always go. Well, Fargo is not in Minnesota; it's in North Dakota, and
same.
It's right on the border, so I get that, whatever. But
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where that up near Fargo is where like I go in Minnesota. That's where my grandparents' old place is. That's the cabin in the
Mhm.
woods. It's up near there. Um,
Shout out Cabin in the Woods.
I don't like when people do the Minnesota, sure, yeah, and they think the accent is because the accent does exist, but it's up
Okay.
there. It's in the.
So-
It's like someone like saying if you're from Louisiana.
Fargo is Louisiana's swamp people.
Exactly. It's the
I
exact,
gotcha.
yes.
Okay. Less
And
production value, not as good of acting.
No,
Well,
it's
better
it's
writing. I'll say
Waterboy.
better.
It's
I'll say better
Waterboy.
writing. Water. That's the. Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Also,
'Cause it-
still not as good as writing, acting, or production value, but
No. But even like in Baton Rouge, do people talk like that?
not even close.
Right. So Fargo is actually like a major city. So people don't talk like that in Fargo either. It's
Okay.
it's the out there. It's
when
the,
they're in the.
the boonies.
Okay, these are people that ice fish like for dinner,
Sure. Yeah.
not for sport.
Well, no one fishes for dinner.
Really?
I mean, it's ice fishing is such a low hit rate. That would be tough.
Oh, really? I thought it was like you go out there, you catch a big fish.
It's hard to ice fish. You have to sit there all day.
So ice fishing is quite literally just getting hammered.
You drill a hole in the ice. You sit around it drinking beer all day.
God, I want to fucking ice fish so
And now
bad.
it's so bougie because they have these amazing little one like the pop-ups that then you put a space heater in there. You're sitting there in a t-shirt and you're
Ugh.
drinking beer. Or some people have they look like trailers like RVs almost. And you just drag them out there and they're literally heated. They've got a generator and
I mean,
then they've got
you know.
holes in the floor.
That I don't love.
Why?
Well, I mean, you got to be out in
there's
the
no
elements.
Element. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, there has to be some sort of fist fight involved. You can't just go out there and be comfy cozy.
No, there's like what fuck? Oh, it's Jeff that has the perfect way to describe it. But it's like
Who's Jeff?
Asmus,
Oh my God.
our best friend,
I was like, Jeff? I don't know a fucking Jeff.
Jeffrey Asmus.
Oh, right. Going on the road with him in a week.
Yeah. He's like, do you hate your wife that much? Like that you would just go sit around a hole all day? But it's like now with the trailers and stuff, it's like yeah, you didn't have to hate your wife that much. That's just a good time.
That's just a fun, yeah, that's literally
It's
a
great
vacation.
day. Yeah, you just blast whatever music you want to play all day.
Seeger.
Yeah, Seeger's a great vibe for that.
Okay, so ice fishing does sound good, but I don't want to sit around freezing. I do want to do a pop-up thing.
Yeah, it's nice. I've done
I don't
both.
want to be in a wind stream or an airstream. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what a lot of the nice ones are. I grew up we grew up just sitting in the open.
See, now that's the real deal.
But you're bundled up and the wind is just fucking hitting you in the face and you're sitting there and you're like, "Dad, can we go?" And he's like, No, damn it." He's like, I told your mother you'd be out of the house for 12 hours.
She needs a little piece of quiet, Tom.
Like I remember my dad, he had like a doctor friend who had an ice house out on one of the lakes. And some people, you put the house out and you just leave it there for like
This is just the wooden.
couple months. Yeah. It's just, you just drag it out there on a truck, you plop it down, you got a hole in the middle of it. This one was like a pretty shitty one. It wasn't like heated, but maybe there was a space.
Blocks the wind a little bit.
Yeah, blocks the wind. So we're out there, but like you catch fish, it's kind of fun. You just throw them out on the ice and they just freeze and it preserves it. It's great.
Damn. I didn't even think of that. No cooler involved.
No. And then me and my sister, Maddie, were out there and I remember I have this like vivid memory of my sister being like, "Dad, I gotta pee." And he's like, "You gotta go on the ice." Like the same as me and Tom,
You're like, where am I going to bring you?
And my sister was like, "Not cool." she was like, "This sucks." And my dad was like, "I didn't really think about this before bringing a 12-year-old girl out here, but you got to just go on the ice in the open." And it's so much harder for a girl to take off like snow pants and shit and go pee in the open.
I love the matter of factness of this sucks. Hey, Dad, this
Dad,
blows.
This stinks.
And he's like, hey, look, Dee's point. Didn't even think about that.
Good point. I do not want to go home though.
You probably shouldn't have slammed 12 beers, 12-year-old daughter.
Maddie's gonna love that I called him out for that because she's still mad about that to this day.
I mean, I could see her being like, what are you out of your fucking mind? You didn't think about this?
You didn't think this through? You have 6 daughters.
You're mostly daughter.
Yeah. And your son
And
is
you didn't think about any of that.
manly.
His penis could be considered a vagina right now.
It's just an infected vagina.
Oh, fuck. All right. Ice fishing sounds great. We're going to do it. Tom, tell me about these
I would love to
shows.
take you ice fishing. Oh, dude, Acme Comedy Club. It's ruining me a little bit because it was just 6 sold out ones, and it was like fish in a barrel. It was those shows that you're like, I'm becoming a worse comedian on these shows.
Just fish in a frozen lake.
Oh, there we go.
Come on. Why not?
And I mean, it was one of those shows where like you have a couple riffs that you're like, well, that sucked, and it got a laugh. We all got to relax a little bit.
Yeah, you want to be like, hey guys, I'm actually trying to get a read on this material, and you're almost too hot.
Yeah, it was so fun. And then just like comedy always works out. So on Thursday after the show at Acme, I go to the late night mic. It's kind of like their Coles. Like it's good a lot of the times. It was stinky when I showed up, so I just didn't even go up. I just saw some
Cole's
friends.
legendary mic in Chicago.
Yeah, it goes till 1 a.m. It's amazing.
Hot the whole time. It's almost unfair. Everybody loves it.
Yeah.
Go on, Tom.
That's kind of what this place is. It's called Terminal Bar. But I was just going to say what's up to our good friend Joey Hamburger.
Ham sandwich. Not at all. No.
Oh, he's in New York now. He's an incredible comic. But so I just go to say hi to him. He was in town. And I meet this other guy. He's like, dude, saw you at Acme tonight. You want to come by and do a spot on my show on Monday? It's kind of like a booked open mic, but it's usually pretty good. And I was like, for sure, dude. And I'm like coming off he saw me at Acme. I'm like, this guy, I mean, I'm such a big deal here. It's crazy. And then
maybe I'll pop by to your show.
Fuck, are we on a lag again?
I'll do this guy a favor. No, I don't think so.
Wait, are we good?
Not great.
Oh, I'm gonna kill
Wait,
myself.
no, we're good.
All right, amazing.
We were on a lag, and I was trying to ignore our way through it, to be honest with you.
Okay, good. But then I'm like, all right, whatever. I have the weekend of shows, have Sunday off. On Monday last night, I go and I get there, and boy, is it an open mic and not a show. And I had just written down like 6. He was like, spots are 6 minutes, do as much time as you want. I'm like, great. I wrote down these 6 premises during the day. Got to try some shit out. I get up there and I realized as soon as I got up there, I was like, boy, these are just 6 premises.
Yeah.
No jokes involved.
Yeah.
And like you forget, you're like, oh yeah, I need to earn it in this room. Like there's
yeah. There's no like, I just figured out on stage.
Nope.
None of that.
Because
it's not like I can't ride off. I've just been killing for 12. Let me try some new.
And that was the mindset that I was in, was like, well, everything's been going well lately. So let me just like keep throwing some shit out there. And it was a heartbreaking bomb.
But it's an open mic. It's not even a bomb.
Yeah. All right. Sure. Not even a bomb. It was just the perfect way for comedy to just bring me back. I lost you again. I don't know where that cut out, but it was a perfect example of just like it always just brings it back from a high or a low. You know, when you're at a low, you get a hot show and it snaps you right back. It's the same thing when you're at a high, you have to go do that and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot what this is. This could just kick me in the balls at any moment.
Well, the beauty is that you didn't have to go do that. But comedy was so hot at the moment, you said, let me toss this guy a favor. And I'm going to go do his show That's the beauty of it. Is
and
that you
put
didn't
in
have to go do
absolutely
that
no
show.
work.
You didn't have to do that show, but you
No.
were on such a comedy high where you said, toss this young kid a bone and I'm going to go eat my dick and balls at
Ding,
the
ding,
room
ding,
that
ding,
he
ding.
runs. That's the beauty of it. God, boy, comedy is a cruel mistress, Tom.
It's so brutal, and she is not forgiving.
Mm-mm. One of the meanest bitches I've ever met in my life.
God, so that's kind of where I'm at. I'm doing it. I'm going back to a mic tonight, but it's the Acme mic. It'll be hot.
That'll be diff.
I haven't done I haven't done a mic where like I didn't know anybody and like I was like that. It kind of I haven't done that in like a few months. Like where you're like,
Well,
you're
those are like
truly-
terrifying and really energizing.
yeah. Like afterwards I was like, oh, I need to write and like be a good comic.
But I mean, there is a difference of like what works at open mics. Because how many times have you seen something really pop in an open mic and you're like, okay, so that shouldn't ever be said on stage?
Oh yeah, the only people that were getting laughs were the people that were riffing on the room and stuff, like classic.
Riffing on the room or talking about like, yeah, because we all know Kevin's drunk. And everybody's like, yeah, Kevin sucks ass. You know,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
Yeah.
Or it's like really edgelordy shit. So I don't know if it's the perfect gauge for
No, I mean
stand-up comedy.
I've never done well at open mics where it's all comics.
I could see that. There's
I've
just
never
no
once done well at it. All comic open mic. I get on stage and everyone in the room goes, no,
no.
I'm gonna take out my phone. How about that?
Not for me. We used to call Tom said an open mic a smoke break. There it is.
That's you're just repurposing an old Bobby Buds riff.
Pretty much, yeah. The open mic king.
Yeah. God, that is one of the meanest things you've ever said to anyone.
That is that. I had a bit of a, I went and did a show.
What is happening?
But I was out. This is when I was coming off of my bad behavior. So my serotonin was absolutely through the floor.
Okay.
It was just completely gone. And I'm going to this little show and I'm like, all right, buddy, just get up, do the jokes. The jokes work. Don't even attempt to talk to anybody in the audience. That's where it's going to go dark.
Yeah.
That's 100. I knew the mindset that I was in. I was just upset all day. I was just pissed off. Go to this show. Of course, there's somebody yipping and yapping the whole time.
There always is.
And it's one of those things where, like, I didn't even have a fun, like, shut up line.
Oh, no.
I pretty much just looked over and I was like, hey, look at me in the eyes. Shut your mouth.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut your mouth. And I was like, hey, buddy, are you with her? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, shut her up.
Oh, God.
Everybody was like, oh, dear Lord in heaven.
Yeah, like, oh, everyone in the crowd was like, oh, this guy's got a weird relationship with his dad. For sure.
This is what's happening. What's happening? And then I'm like, I didn't even try to, I was like, went right into a joke.
And how did that joke go?
That one did not go well. If I'm going to keep it 1,000,
Can I
that one did not go well.
Can I hypothesize?
Lay it on me.
I bet the joke after did just fine.
The rest of the set was great.
It takes one. There's always one that you're like, let me just sacrifice. I know what I did to the room here, and let me just sacrifice a joke.
This is a joke. Yeah. And boy, did it there. Everybody was like, because there was no clever. There was no, he's being like fun about it. It was like, hey, look at you, shut up now. I was so mad.
Oh, God, I love seeing it.
Why not? And then, whatever. I go back to that same room the other night. Absolutely turned in some hot and delicious heat.
Is this seshcomedy.com?
This is seshcomedy.com. Had an absolute blast on Saturday. They're doing 4 sold out shows Friday and Saturday.
Bananas.
Oh, God. Are you lagging again?
I was here, and then now I think we're back.
Are
we back?
I think we're back now. I mean, this is bananas.
Listen,
I think so.
I don't. Why do my parents have
I'm
the
still
worst
upset.
Wi-Fi in the world?
Well, I mean, I feel bad for the Wi-Fi. It has to twist and turn through this Harry Potter home that you live in.
That's
the Wi-Fi didn't even know where to go. The Wi-Fi was trying to get to you, and it's like, I'm in this weird bedroom now.
That is the problem. And I was also told this is one of the hot spots for the Wi-Fi.
I think you need like a router per room, honestly.
Yeah, there's too much old bones in this house.
Human and just house.
No, not that many people have died here. The people who lived before us, their child did die in this house.
Please tell me that's not true.
That is very true.
I mean, that's horrifying.
Yeah. It's why they moved out. And I grew up here.
Your dad was like, bargain.
Exactly.
Your dad's just asking a realtor. They're like, so what are you looking for? He's like, any homes that any children have recently perished in?
Just like any like recent traumatic events that might make them impulsive sellers. Anyone just like trying to get out as fast as they can and escape a potential ghost.
It's just a really good realtor. He just came up here and killed that kid.
He's like, listen, I can't say too much, but I'm going to have a hot lead in about a week.
I'm still mapping out my plan, but I do have a place that's going to be available here pretty soon.
I think you said you were looking for 4 bedrooms. Yeah. I got a spot. It's not on the market, and they have no idea they want to sell yet, but they're going to want to.
Just trust me on this one. They're going to want to sell.
Like, why are you loading a gun?
God, I love that. That's very fun. Like, also, where can I get a 50-gallon drum? Okay, this is getting dark.
God. He's like, you don't happen to have an ice fishing shack that I could drop a kid through, do you?
Kid-sized fish is what I'm fishing for. I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Dude, I had a couple on a change of subject because that got really sad and dark.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
I had a couple like, I don't know if I want to call them zeros because people just don't know how to act after shows, especially shows at like, like real, like at like the nice clubs. Once in a while, like people, they treat you like you're bigger than you are, and they just don't know how to talk to you.
Well, they think you're at the club.
Yeah, so they're like, "Whoa, big deal." But I had a couple people. One, I'm standing with Kelsey, and we're all selling merch, and there's people going through, and you got to get koozies, by the way. It's insane how much
are they flying off the shelf?
I mean, it's because I do pay what you want, and I also talk about being poor on stage, which is manipulation at its finest.
There we go. I was going to say, just lie to them.
No, I'm poor. My income is pretty destitute right now.
You're just living off the trust.
I do not have a trust fund. Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm poor as shit, except for that money my great-grandfather earned.
I wish. Dude, that's the problem with big families. It's like, even if someone had a lot of money at some point, it'd get divided by 43.
Completely gone. What's that Scoville joke where he's like, hey, you never worked as hard as my dad's grandfather.
Oh man.
Okay,
so anyway,
you're slinging koozies.
We're standing here slinging koozies, and I'm noticing this group of girls kind of like hanging back, and they're clearly talking about me, and they're kind of talking in a group, and they're like, "No, you go talk to me. No, you go talk to me." And I'm sitting there like, well, someone's got a crush. And then this girl finally comes over in like a little break in the action, and she goes, "Hey, my friends and I would just want to say, we love your stuff." I was like, "Thank you." And she goes, and just, we were all talking about it. You have kind of like a Karen haircut. And I go, "What?" She goes, "You have like a Karen haircut." And I was like, "Hey, that was mean."
Oh, I can't believe they did it. Look, I sent each of those girls $50 to come. I was like I was like, hey, just go to each show, wait for the hottest set, and at the moment where his ego is the biggest, go deliver this line.
Just go ahead and ruin his night. And I'll tell you what, I got a haircut today.
I was about to say, it looks like you got a goddamn haircut.
Is
it from the Karen comment?
I was about to get one anyways. I was going to wait
till I go lying back. Sack of you know what.
No, it was getting pretty long. A couple clips that I've posted recently, I look really bad. I look disheveled. And
well,
then
it's not even you just look like a man that's been drinking heavily for 6 weeks straight.
And then it doesn't, and that I don't want to look like that.
Wait, so okay, so she delivers what some would qualify as a devastating blow.
Yeah, so I kind of like.
And then how'd you
roasted-
shake that one off?
Well, I was like, "What the fuck? Do you want to try?"
You immediately
again?
go mean. You're like, well, yeah, but you're fat as shit. So why would I listen to you?
No, I was like, "Do you wanna try that again?" And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "That interaction, that was brutal. That was so mean." And she goes, "No, that was not. It was not meant as an insult." I'm like, "Was it a compliment?" And she goes, "No, it was more of an observation." I'm like, "Yeah, it was an insult."
Kind of love this girl. She's not wrong.
And her whole group of friends is back there laughing. I'm like, "This is bullying."
They thought it was flirting, Tom. It's called negging.
Yeah, but she was not cute enough to be negging.
Ruh-roh. What was the rest of the group looking like? Was she the hottest one? They sent over the hottest
Yeah.
one? Yeah,
Yes.
of course. That's how it always goes.
It's how it goes. She's the ambassador. And let me tell you what, it did not go well. And then it was fun. I mean, we riffed back, but it was kind of funny. But then I did sit there being like, all right, so that's what everyone's thinking when I'm on stage.
Okay,
And we
there's
still
a
had to
deep
do the
breath.
late show.
Oh my God. You try to get a haircut in between
Yeah.
shows? You just shave your head.
Yeah.
You're like, just give me American History X. I can't do Karen anymore.
God, I was so mad. And then today I go.
Hey,
to get my
lady,
haircut.
before we go, hey, young lady, if you're listening to the pod, you made a fan.
Well done. You got a big fan in old Timmy Smith over there.
God damn it. The thing is, it's the classic mistake. They say he's a comedian. He wants a little roast.
Yeah.
That's the classic mistake.
Yeah, I do not. I don't want it. You
No.
don't. I am a comedian, and my ego it could not be
Yeah.
more fragile.
It's compliments or bust. Get out of here with the riffs. Don't tell me my hair looks bad.
And then
I'm
I get
sorry.
this guy. Well, actually, today I go get my hair cut, and the lady, I sit down and I'm like, "Yeah, the last person who cut my hair, it just left it a little long. It was a little chaotic. There was a language barrier. It was a whole thing. I don't want to explain it." And she goes, "Yeah, they kind of give you a bob cut." And I was like, "Well, stop dunking on me, everyone. What the fuck?"
Well, look, okay, so that's confirmation that the haircut was poo.
It was poo. I've just been trying to make it look good because it was a $75 haircut.
Oof, yeah. You gotta have to make that work for a little while.
But being back in Minnesota, we're back down to 50.
Yeah, see, affordable. You can afford one to get fucked up.
Yeah, but this one I feel good about. I just God. And then this other guy comes up to me. This was interesting. This guy comes up, and there's two things I want to say here. People, I think this joke has been done a million times, but it's a legitimate observation. When people come up and they're like, I liked what you do up there, like I like it kind of made me want to try stand up.
Ugh.
You know, it's not a great take because it's like, well, I've worked very hard and hated myself for 6 years.
No, Tom. Here's what you should be thinking, and here's where the compliment is.
You make it look
He's
easy.
watching you, and he's saying that looks easy.
Yeah.
That's the compliment.
Yeah, but it's like I don't watch the NBA and think I could. Actually, sometimes I do.
Well, because you're not 6'10", but people think that they can do comedy if you watch somebody good at comedy. That's why people think they can act. If you watch a good actor, it doesn't look difficult.
Yeah.
If you watch a good comedian, it looks easy. You go, oh, I can do that. And then they try it, and then they absolutely die a horrible death, and they go, interesting.
There's more to this than meets the eye.
So, hey, I would say, I know you were waiting on the dunk, but that's a little sincere from Tim Smith.
I appreciate that.
I would say nice compliment from that man.
Okay, so he threw that one out there, this guy, and then
You
he's
are
like-
bad at it, though. You're not.
He was wrong. It was just a hot room. He was wrong, but
No, that's a full blown compliment. I give that guy a 10 out of 10.
but okay. And then here's where it got annoying.
Well, I was going to say, is there more? Okay, shit.
He's hanging around too long, and then he's like, "All right, so talk to me about like tickets. Like, what percentage of tickets do you
Yeah, this is a guy that thinks this is his get rich scheme.
exactly?" And I go,
Wait,
"What?"
who's got the Todd Barry joke where he's like, like, can you make like $1 million? Like, because before I go start writing all these great jokes, I got to make sure I can make $1 million in a
I
year.
forgot about that joke. That was exact. That was exactly.
That's the exact vibe. Yeah.
That was that guy. He was like, God. Also, the Todd Barry line was like, "I didn't make millions in comedy till I was like 2-3 years in." I wish I threw that one back at him, like, because I answered sincerely. I wish I would have been like, yeah, dude, the money is incredible.
The money's honestly bananas. I'm walking away with $50K tonight.
I was like, why do you think I'm begging people for money for koozies?
Yeah,
right
like,
now?
sir, I'm currently selling koozies. Is this the behavior of a rich man?
Stick with your software job. Like,
It's a lot darker than you think it is. I tell you.
And he asked me what percentage of ticket sales I got as the feature, and I go 0. And then he goes, "But what does Kelsey make?" And I was like, "I'm not telling you that."
I don't know. I don't know.
And I
Go
was
ask
also
her
like,
that.
yeah, I was like, I don't know. Yeah, but it's different at any venue. And he goes, because I've seen some people like Taylor Tomlinson at the Orpheum was selling like $150 tickets. I was like, yeah, I don't know. It's all different, dude. But if that's your motivation, you're in the wrong spot.
You're absolutely fucked from the word go, because this guy's doing the math and he's going, okay, this times this, she probably sold this many. I mean, even conservatively, if she got half the ticket sales,
Yeah.
she probably made 60 grand.
Putting zero thought into the fact that it was an hour of stand-up comedy.
An hour with a person that's been doing it for well over a decade at a very high level.
Yeah.
Like it's such a hilarious, because he's like, all I gotta do is sell out multiple theaters
And build a huge fan base that's really loyal to me.
Okay, so before I go right, that's my favorite line.
It's
Before I go right now, these great jokes.
It's a genius line. Because I also had someone recently like DM me like, just a generic, like, how'd you get started in comedy? And I was like, oh, it's a lot of stuff, but you just got to go do it. That's what I always say to everyone. You just got to go do it.
Well, that's the only answer.
And,
You go to
it
an
is
open
the
mic.
truth. Yeah, just go do it. And then she responded like, yeah, because I wouldn't mind like being paid to talk about myself. And I'm like,
Sure,
ah.
sure, yeah, that's what it is.
It was such a demeaning message. I was like, that's what you think our passion is.
Well, it's like it's very, very. It shows what it's kind of a bummer of like what a low like stand-up IQ this person has that's reaching out to you.
Yeah,
because they're just like, yeah, I would love to be paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to talk about little old me.
Yeah, because they're not thinking I would love to get paid $12 for a spot that you drove an hour to.
That you drove an hour to, and you got 2 drink tickets, and that's what it was for 5 years.
Still
at
is
best.
most of the time.
Still, yeah, like that's just what it is. Or they're like, hey, we'll hit you back. We'll Venmo you $8.
We'll Venmo you after we split up.
Yeah, when the Eventbrite finally comes through.
When the Eventbrite comes through, and we left a bowl by the door, and I don't know, people seem to take more money out of that than put it in.
It's more of a theft situation.
So we might actually Venmo.
We might, yeah, we kind of need $8
just to support the room, you know. And the reality of it is, I would be like, yeah, here's $8.
No, I appreciate the stage time, man.
Oh,
I
yeah,
really do.
Last night where I went and and bombed my dick off, I got 1 free drink and spent $14.
Yep, absolutely. Did you take an Uber there? Did you drive?
Yeah, no, I drove.
Okay, so you just drove drunk then?
No, I bought a $10 cocktail, or no, $8 cocktail and somebody else's beer. $14.
Bombed, went home.
It was dark.
I mean, but how there are countless nights of spending 60 to do 3.
Oh, I mean, there's been road weekends where I've spent 300 to do.
I've had a couple of those recently,
shit.
Tom.
yeah, that's still happening.
I mean, thank God the shows were hot, but I'm like, I am hemorrhaging money on these weekends.
Dude, it's so when, oh God, just the message of like, yeah, I wouldn't mind getting paid to talk about myself. Yeah, of course you wouldn't.
And you're like, oh, well, shit, why didn't you tell me that? I thought you would totally mind. I wish you'd have reached out earlier.
I thought you would have been pissed about it. God, all right. Yeah, when can you start?
Absolute pig behavior. I hate that so much. Tom, where are we at? We got to be at an hour, right?
I think we can wrap this bad boy up.
Let's put a bow on this motherfucker. I would say this was a hot pod.
Apologies for the delays there in the middle.
Oh, we'll edit that out.
No, we won't.
We absolutely will. Both of us.
Together.
And fuck.
God.
Well, an absolute all-time bit. All right, Tomas, where are you going to be?
This comes out Thursday. I'll be in Dubuque, Iowa this weekend.
Yes,
With
fuck yes. God, I'm
Comedy
so
Bar.
fucking jealous of that.
Yeah, with
I really
Grant-
am. That is
Grant
such a fun
Winkles.
weekend.
Did you meet Grant Winkles in Minneapolis?
We talked about this last time. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Grant's my boy.
Yeah, he's the shit. And then I'll be in LA for like 2 full weeks. And then
Whoa.
And then Chicago.
Yes.
Please, God, if you're in
Yes.
Chicago, buy a ticket now. We're trying to sell this thing out.
I mean, will you buy a ticket? Will you
And
just stop?
Just stop.
Buy a
Stop, you
ticket.
guys. Buy a ticket. And then
God damn it.
and then I'll be in Denver after that. And then the road with Jeef. We got like 12 cities and 10 days. It's
G
that
free.
doesn't make sense.
No.
It's a lot. I'm doing 2 full weeks with Jeff. A new
Jesus
city every
Christ
day.
in heaven.
And
That's
we're driving
well,
everywhere.
well, I mean, it was nice, honestly, knowing both of you. It's been a real journey
We are gonna drive
Um,
off the road at some point.
voluntarily.
Oh, yeah,
Honestly.
yeah.
I think you're both going to look each other in the eyes and say, let's just call
Let's
it.
do
right
it.
now.
Let's just do it.
Why the fuck?
That was a pretty rough show in Pittsburgh.
Let's see. I'm in New York until Washington DC 4-6, Baltimore 4-7, Richmond 4-8, back to DC 4-9. And then the Chicago shit with a young man later, and then just bouncing around New York City. It's on. I posted all on Instagram. Who gives a flying hoot? But hey, tell a friend.
Tell a friend about the pod, you guys.
I mean, god damn it! Did you not hear how much fun this was?
That was a fun little time, and I think it
That was
was
a good
for you
time.
as well.
We solved gun control. We solved audience behavior, and no one should do stand-up comedy
That's true. No one should, except for Jon Stewart.
except for John. He should
he
run.
should be
No,
the
he should be
only-
running for president. Honestly.
He should run for president, but like also kind of doing stand up at the same time, like touring.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
That would probably be hot.
All of his whenever they what do they call it? They go on. They're campaigning. It's just him doing an hour in each
It's just,
city.
it's just kind of like a tight 60. I mean, dude, that crushing for an hour with stand up would convince more people to vote for him than
Couldn't agree with you more.
than doing a real campaign speech.
Every person that was like completely opposite of him ideologically would be like, it's pretty funny though.
He cooked. What,
I mean,
what
it's,
can I say?
Couple of decent points, honestly. All right, tell a friend, like the pod on Spotify and Apple Music, wherever you listen to it. Leave a
All
comment.
right.
We
We
love you.
love you guys. Bye.
He married my sister, now we're living together. We're